Hello, good evening. Welcome to our channel Yushi Talks. And today we are going to do a review of Lifetime's true crime, A House on a Fire movie, which depicts the horrific tale of Deborah Green, who sets her home on fire. So, those who haven't seen the movie and want to watch the review, please go ahead and watch the complete video and also subscribe to our channel. Let's get started. A House on Fire is actually inspired by Anne Rule's best selling book Bitter Harvest. It presents an edge of the seat experience that keeps the audience hooked till the end. The film actually moves through the life of Kansas doctor Deborah Green, who in real life was convicted in the year 1995 for setting her house on fire with children sleeping inside. So it does present, takes the viewers on a roller coaster ride of suspense and emotions. But actually, the star of the movie is actually the back and forth narration that keeps the viewer intrigued. With Stephanie March as the lead, Deborah Green, and Sean Benson by her side as the husband, Dr. Michael Ferrer, the cast does a remarkably good job in the portrayals of the real life characters. Those who are aware of Deborah Green's story will realize that the movie has digressed a little bit from reality at few places, especially by showing that Tim and Ferrer are only the only children of Deborah Green. However, in real life, Green and Ferrer shared three children, two of whom were killed in the infamous house fire. However, as I said earlier, that the star of the show has to be the back and forth storytelling, which not only helps build up the suspense but also provides the viewer with a clear idea of the characters. So there are parts in the story where you feel bad for Deborah, where you sympathize with her, empathize with helpless Deborah, while there are other times you just find her evil and you can't unsee her flaws. The movie starts actually from the end with the tragedy on of the fire at the center of the story, and it shows a desperate Deborah screaming for help. Soon after, the tone changes from a darker one to a warm, vibrant tone where, of the flashback years are depicted where she was a brilliant doctor and was at the top of her game, and that's when she met her future husband and started this perfect family with him. So, where does all this escalation start? The viewers get the first sign of conflict when Green is shown to be faltering at her work responsibilities despite her genius acumen, and she starts deviating from this perfect role model of a mother. She starts on this dark path of drug abuse, alcohol addiction, and psychological distress. Meanwhile, Benson, who puts a convincing performance as the husband who is torn between duties towards his family and seeking some solace for himself. So this we're talking about Mike Farrow here, the husband who's convinced about the apathy for his wife, and he starts to having an affair with someone he had long known. Green is shown to be jealous of her husband's success, and her inner demons push her further down the dark path of addiction. However, she seems to be keen on redemption to revive her role as the perfect wife and mother once Farrer confronts her with the secret stash of prescription pills. In fact, she is so keen to rehabilitate herself, and she even agrees to retire early. March brilliantly captures the shades of Deborah Green, a genius trapped within her volatile mental health and a plethora of chaotic emotions. So, what's the breaking point? Let's talk a little bit about what happens, during this entire journey and what leads Deborah to be finally burning the house down. So, the kids in the movie are shown throughout to be extremely supportive of their mother. They like their mother, and they help her and they support her. They understand that she's suffering from a mental illness, but Deborah is always defensive about her mental illness and she refuses therapy, but she is sinking continuously into a further abyss of darkness as she crosses boundaries of normal behavior in front of children. She now gets drunk, curses, and struggles regularly in front of the kids while handling a tumultuous marriage. Eventually, once what happens is the domestic situation escalates to police intervention, and Deborah appears seemingly vibrant and even changed for the better following an intense session with a psychiatrist. However, we soon find out that all this must be a facade as she tries to poison Mike more than once using ricin in controlled amounts, and that's where we get to know that she has this evil side to herself. The eventual breaking point comes when Farrow threatens her to take full custody of the kids upon divorce. To prevent that from happening, she takes a cold and calculated step of setting the house ablaze with her children asleep inside it. Even as the frantic Tim, tries to call her on intercom and tries to, seek help, she just tells him to wait inside while she comes outside and rushes out of the house screaming. By the end that the fire department arrives, the house is nearly burned to the ground with Deborah watching the scene with a stone cold face. Towards the end of the movie, it is revealed that Deborah possesses an IQ of 163, which is very high, and all these mistakes that she was doing all this while can no more be brushed off as done by someone under psychological distress. So that's all we have in today's review. Please continue to watch this space for more details and also subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching us. You have a wonderful day ahead. Bye bye.